I got to tell you that, like, this whole Gamergate thing, it seems to me, all right, well, there's two things. Do I think it's, I mean, I barely even understand what the heck is going on with this thing. It's just so bizarre. So people, let me see if I get this straight.
Okay.
People got together around a hashtag in support of a guy who was pissed that his girlfriend dumped him. So he wrote, and she was a developer of games, he wrote that she was sleeping around with a lot of people who write game reviews. He's accusing her of doing that to get a good review of her game, even though none of these people wrote about her games. And then people took this opportunity to defend this guy who clearly was just a guy like, one of those sad sacks, like, like an Adam Sandler character on Saturday Night Live who got dumped by his girlfriend. And they took that opportunity. These are the ones with integrity now, right? These are the ones who are not the misogynists, to complain that there is no integrity in the rating of video games. Here's my question to those people who have the integrity in this. As opposed to what? Like you want the gaming review industry to be as good as, like, what, the Golden Globes? Or like it should be like, hey, the fashion industry press? I mean, are you kidding me? This is a product that people put out. I get that it's an art form to people. But guess what? So's film. You think the film reviewing industry isn't full of, like, hey, how many free dinners am I getting from Harvey Weinstein? I mean, seriously? This is like, just go to a website where people rate the games. I mean, people don't even, like, take this much time, to talk about, like food critics. Like, honestly, like, go create a Yelp for games. There has to be one, right? There's probably hundreds. Who cares? For the people who really have integrity, because somehow I got caught up in some battle on Twitter where some guy is going like, I don't like what you're saying about Gamergate, and so I'm not going to watch the show anymore. And I'm like, I don't care. Fine. And then somebody else comes in and says, and then he starts, like, ranting about, like, it's perfectly fine to slut shame people who sleep with 5 guys. What? Wait, what does that got to do with Gamergate? What does it got to do with the integrity of editorial? And then people who apparently have the integrity, who are really concerned about the review. And listen, I'm going to stipulate, you're completely sincere about it. I'm saying that you have no other motives other than you're worried about the quality of reviews for games. Let me address that. Who cares? You're nuts. Grow up. That's like finding out, like, God, the nation's top model voting. It's like completely a popularity contest. Seriously. Go to a crowdsourced site if you want reviews. Give me a break. You think movie reviews? Like, there's like 3 movie reviewers who are even worth, like, anything. Who cares? But to the other guy, who's now sort of like a Gamergate guy that they were complaining about because he's justifying slut shaming. You know what? You two, stop watching the show. Stop watching the show. If you don't get that one of the tenets of this program is that women should have equality, then go away. Go away. I don't care how many guys a woman sleeps with, or how many guys a guy sleeps with, or how many guys or how many women a guy sleeps with. I don't care about any of it. It's irrelevant. And if you're hung up on it, then you have deep-seated psychological issues. So it's like this whole Gamergate thing, it's just a bunch of misogynists who are justifying it with some stupid hashtag. And then those people who are not using that, the gamer gates with integrity, I got news for you. That's not a gate. That's not a controversy. That's nothing. I don't even care if it exists. I don't even care if you could show me documentary evidence right now that the people who review games for whatever it is, GameReviewer.com, are doing it because they're getting kickbacks. Yeah, who cares? Go to a crowdsource site. Give me a break. Grow up. Also, there's no Easter Bunny. Honestly, like, I don't understand any of, like, the amount of heat around this is just bizarre to me. It's just bizarre. I mean, you got a bunch of people who are misogynists, and I get that people don't like that. And these guys who are threatening these women and doxing them, they should be, prosecuted as far as I'm concerned. Harassment. And you want to talk about this in the context of harassment laws and maybe hate crime laws? Absolutely. But God,
like, it really doesn't occur to them that in every industry, the people who write about that industry has access to things. Like, that's what's, like, the ridiculous thing. Like,
what do you mean access to things?
Like, if you're a movie reviewer, you have access to sometimes meet with the actors, sometimes meet with the directors, sometimes go see the movie for free.
No, not sometimes.
Like, all the time.
Of course.
Yeah.
You get screeners.
Yes.
But that's not just that. Are you kidding? There was a documentary I saw about the Golden Globe. That thing is a joke. That thing is a joke. It's a joke. And frankly, even the Oscars themselves, I mean, they're not the, reviewers. It's more of like an industry, but even still, like, but really? I mean, the idea that people are getting kickbacks in the gaming industry, the game reviews, these things are completely they're, more than anything, they are a perfect vehicle just to be rated by people.
And the funny thing is, there's this the one instance they try to claim as there being proof that there's collusion.
Who's they? I don't even know what
the people who use Gamergate. Is that apparently game writers, like every other industry, have an internal mailing list where they just talk about stuff together.
Of course.
Like no other
Everybody
industry has
has
that.
listservs. I'm on listservs. Give me a break. But look, even if it's true, even if you could show me documentary evidence that there isn't a single game reviewer out there who works for a professional entity, come on in. Oh, the door's locked.
All right,
it still wouldn't. It still wouldn't even make me bat an eye. Let's go to the IMs. I'm sorry. I don't even mean to spend this much time on Gamergate, but like in the real world, people don't know about. Like, this is a guy from UPS. Hold on for a second, Matt. Open the door. Let me ask him a question. Have you ever heard of Gamergate? Never. People don't know what this is. But yet it's just like another, it's like Ebola as far as I'm concerned.